First step I need to do is make it so that I can control and move my liner on the screen. I've got the movement blocks over here. I've got move 10 steps, but I want to ignore that one. I need to take advantage of the fact that Scratch is on an XY grid, so I've got coordinates. To use these effectively, I need to start thinking about the change X by and the change Y by commands. Now, I could command these quite easily by putting them with a right click. That's what we tend to do when we very first start with Scratch. So by pressing the right arrow, I change X by 10. That makes my line move, or my sprite move, 10 points along the X-axis. Again, I could change Y by 10 by using the up arrow. So when I press the up arrow, it moves him up by 10 by changing the Y value by 10. So I can move my line around like that, and it's lots of different presses. Each press does one movement. So if I wanted to move him 50 steps, I'd have to press the button 5 times. Obviously, I can change those values by clicking in there. I could map this so I need 4 different buttons. I need up, down, left, right. It works, but I could do better. I could do a more efficient code that takes up less space and works faster and allows me to code in other things. I'm going to keep my change X by 10. I'm going to keep my change Y by 10 as well. I'm going to get rid of those commands because what I'm interested in is in the control, there are the loops, the if-then loops. So what I can do here is I can put this in and I can put if something happens, then change X by 10. Okay, so looking at that shape there, I've got a funny little shape and it matches up to one of the sensing. Now I want it to be like a button press. So there's all sorts of things I can do here, but one of the options here is key space pressed. If I take that one and drop it in, it means that if the space key is pressed, it will change X by 10. However, I've got a drop down, so I can change that to the right arrow. So now if I press the right arrow, it'll change the X value by 10. If I put an event to the top, a green flag, that should work, but the only problem now is I have to be pressing the right arrow and the green flag at the same time, which is pretty limiting. So the final command I need to put in here is I need to put a forever loop. By putting a forever loop around the outside, it means that once I press the green flag, if at any time the right arrow is pressed, it will change by 10. So let's just test that. I press the green flag, and now as soon as I press the right arrow, anytime it changes the value by 10. Now I could just do this and repeat this code over and over again with left arrow, right arrow, and changing the X and Y values. Or if I wanted to save myself a bit of time, I could take the command out, right click on it, and duplicate it, making sure I don't click them inside each other. I've got to click them next to each other, and this time I'll make that one into left arrow, and if I'm going left I want to change the X value by -10, put that back inside my forever loop, and I've now got a line that can move left and right. I have to do just the same, but instead with the Y value, so I'll take the if then loop again and I'll put a Y in it, and I can build my up and down loop. So I'll go sensing, I'm taking key press when it gets there, putting that in there, and I'll have that one going up, increasing Y by 10. Stop that for a second. And then if I duplicate that, I can make it down arrow. And obviously if I'm going down, I want to change it by -10. Putting those together, I need to make sure then I click it into my loop properly. Don't click it inside someone else's if-then loop. Just click it on the end, so it's all inside the forever loop. And I've got a nice stack of movement code. Obviously, if I change these values, I could change them to smaller numbers to make him go slower, or bigger numbers to make him go faster. And that is how to create a really simple and really effective movement loop in Scratch.